Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pisces August Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So hi, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lauren. This is an energetic look for the sign of Pisces for the month of August. So we're going to be taking a look at what you're bringing to the table, Pisces. We're going to be looking at then what's going on around you and a theme that Spirit would like you to focus on and really embrace by the end of the month to allow you to open the door to either a level of abundance or spiritual growth that wants to come in for you this month. So let's jump right in, Pisces. I hope you're all having a great start to your August. It's always a fun month in our household because I have two very special Leos in my life. So it's a time of celebration for sure. Lots of birthdays. All right, Pisces. So you have a very wonderful energy coming in here. You have the Empress as you. Now, the Empress is very creative. It's the energy of understanding that we have the ability to hold space for and actually create the experience that we'd like to have in our physical experience. So for many of you, you may be getting into your creative self this month. You may be tapping into your creativity. You may also be getting in touch with what you want to hold space for as far as what you would like to bring into your physical experience in the future. So very abundant energy. I really like this for you, Pisces. Now we're going to see what's going on around you and what Spirit would like you to actually embrace and grow into by the end of this month. And I love it. So we have a card here that's very specific to this version of the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. It is a card that, for me, speaks to the romantic side of the Lover's card in the Major Arcana. So the Lover's card in the tarot really speaks to not only can it be romantic love, but it's more about focusing on making choices around what we love. Now this card, it really dives into the vulnerable partnership, romantic aspect of that, more than just making a choice. This is more about really opening yourself up to love, to intimate partnership. And if it's not specifically romantic partnership, this can literally be opening yourself up to be vulnerable with your life experience. You can see here there's this kind of almost like Romeo and Juliet, where this individual, the woman here, is kind of losing herself in the arms of the other individual. And there's something here about that, kind of losing yourself in the romance of life again. But for many of you, this may be a call to really bond with someone else on that deep, intimate level. Be that a dear friend, be that even a business partnership where you're really getting to that intimate level, be that truly a romantic partnership. Now, your underlying energy is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. It's the energy of someone who is in a place of going within to soul search. There is a sense here of maybe for many of you this month, you might be spending some quiet moments alone, really going within to find the magic that lies within yourself. Now, underneath that, we have the King of Swords, which I love, and we have the Three of Pentacles on top of what's trying to be shown here, which is the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups it's a sense of having a lot to be grateful for in your life experience, but it also speaks to making that final heart's wish for that 10th cup. And that 10th cup is our ultimate fulfillment, or being able to emotionally touch a vision of what heaven would feel like if we could bring it down on earth. There's a sense here at the Three of Pentacles on top of that. For many of you, there has been that glimmer of what you'd like to bring into your life experience, that 10th cup. And now you're getting ready to work with others to start to build that out in the physical. And with the King of Swords, there's a sense here of really standing firm in your mental clarity, of really standing firm in what you know. There's always a sense of fairness and clear-headedness that comes with the King of Swords. And I think for many of you, you might be getting to that place of really being able to see the truth of what you want to bring into your experience. And that's sending you into a place of really diving into yourself, the hermit, the going within to find the magic within, to really be able to kind of light your way forward into the next, into what you want, again, to bring into this experience. Now, with the Empress and this beautiful Lover's card out here, there's a sense of really connecting the creativity to giving birth to what you love, and doing so from a place, again, of almost losing yourself in that, just opening yourself up to the pure, vulnerable, romantic, artistic, creative element of our life experience, and really getting to that place of falling in love with your life, falling in love with possibly someone else. And maybe there's something here that's really causing you this month to really take a look at what you bring to this type of partnership or this type of intimate relationship, which is really beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to pull some cards down to really take a look at a challenge or a block that you're going to be facing this month, advice from Spirit as to how to overcome it, and then we're going to be looking at the level or area of abundance or level of spiritual growth that wants to come in. So we have the Sun, which is a card of Leo, beautiful for this month because we are, for the majority of the month, in Leo season. And the Sun speaks to truly illumination of the self. It can be even the illumination of the inner child within, that part of yourself that wants to be freed. Now, however, this is also your main point of challenge or your block. So for some of you, it's almost like the lights have been turned on. You've seen an aspect of yourself or an aspect of your life experience that really wants to be released into your outer life experience. And yet I feel for some of you, there's this sense of, almost with the Hermit, wanting to go in and hide instead of coming out into the light of day to show this part of yourself. So there's going to be a little bit of this push-pull, I think, of seeing something. It's almost like getting back in touch with the best, brightest part of yourself. And yet there's this hesitancy to bring that out to show others, or bring that out possibly into a relationship. So that's going to be kind of, I think, for many of you, what you're being asked to move into is the illumination, moving out into the light of day, showing this innocent, pure part of yourself. And, that can be scary when you think about it, that inner child that lies within that maybe has been hurt in the past. And then there's a sense of bringing that part of yourself out into, again, a vulnerable relationship with another individual. And that can be difficult, especially if you have been kind of going through a little bit of this kind of soul-seeking energy. But I really get the feeling that by the end of this month, you're being asked to step out and show the bright part of yourself. And possibly for some of you, the Empress here and the Sun, there could be something here as well about releasing a creative project, or finally really allowing yourself to, how can I say this? This would be like you've been holding space for the perfect relationship to come in. It's come in, here it is, and you're like, I don't know if I can do that. This would almost be like saying, like, I'm still doing my shadow work, or I'm still working on myself. And it's saying, Pisces, you've done the work. It's time now to really move into what you've been holding space for some time, be it a creative project, be it a romantic partner, be it something just within your life experience that you've been wanting to build with the Three of Pentacles here for yourself. And then we have the Prince of Swords, which is technically the Knight of Swords in this deck. And there's a sense here at the Knight of Swords of being able to speak and share your truth. There could be something here that really, there's an illumination of a truth that needs to be shared. And that truth could be something as simple as you saying, I love you. You saying, I want to move in with you. You saying, I'm ready to share the creative project I've been working on for some time. Yes, and here's the Fool at the heart of your reading. This is what Spirit's asking you to embrace this month. The Fool is a fresh start. I love that the Fool in the tarot is the number 0. And the number 0 is a powerful, I wouldn't even say number, it's a powerful concept. It's a concept of nothing. And that's a very hard concept for us to grasp. Even when we think about our broader experience of the universe, of the mystery that is our existence, we can't possibly imagine nothing being and then something being. And that's kind of the power of zero, that everything and nothing exists at the same point. And with the full here, there's that sense of you're really being asked to embrace the full energy, to almost like wipe the slate clean from everything that was before. You have the chance to go into that cosmic soup and say, as I move forward, what do I want? If anything and nothing is possible, then what's the everything I want? And how can I kind of almost take something from the past version of myself and almost like throw it into the nothingness? I don't know why that's coming through in that way, but there is a sense of kind of like losing a part of yourself to go on a journey now to gain a whole new part that's been illuminated for you, and a part that may be one that is meant to be shared openly. This could be going out there and publicly speaking about something. This could be, speaking to your creativity. This could be speaking to, again, another individual to say, it's time for me to share that I love you. It's time for me to share that we're going to get married. It's time for me to share that I want to lose myself in life again. Let's go ahead here and see if we can get a final couple cards to see the gift that wants to come in for you this month, Pisces. It is beautiful energy, though. Okay, so we have Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in this deck, and the King of Cups. Love that. So underlying energy. Oh, I love it. Ace of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, this is new love, or this is a refresh of, if you're in a current relationship, there is a chance here to almost like wash yourselves with the Ace of Cups in it's almost like washing yourselves clean. There's a sense of almost baptism coming in here. And I'm not religious in that way, but for those of you who understand the concept of baptism, there's a sense of being able to, again, kind of wash the past version of yourself clean or away. And as you move forward, you are this new being that is ready to move forward with a sense of, now, who do you want to be at this point? And with the Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles coming in after the Fool, there's a sense of kind of going out with this curiosity into life again, going out and offering up what you have to offer to see what life brings back to you. This can be offering up a skill set. This can be offering up, the one of my favorite tarot readers often speaks to the Page of Pentacles kind of being like the token. This would be like saying, this would be the engagement ring, let's say, to say, I want to commit to marrying you. It's not the actual act of marriage. It's the token to say, will you accept this ring as my intent for the larger overall picture of what we're working towards, which is the marriage and the family or whatever comes in after that. So there's something here about that there may be a token, a gift, a message that needs to be shared. And it could be something as simple as that. It's like, here's the key to my apartment. Let's move in together. And it's just a sense of, even though it's a small token, it offers a very big cup, or a very big connection to the kind of end all to be all of where this loving token will grow into. And with the King of Cups here, the King of Cups is your final kind of, this is what's waiting to come in for you. And the King of Cups is the individual who lives a life from a healthy place of emotional connection. It's the individual who is emotionally mature. They know how to wield their emotions in their life, and they know how to lead from that place. This can also be an individual who could almost be like a spiritual advisor, because they are so tapped into their intuition and to that emotional connection in their life. But this can also be kind of the masculine energy of unconditional love as well. This could be the unconditionally loving father versus, let's say, the Queen of Cups, who is the unconditionally loving mother. So there is this kind of beautiful transformation for many of you of moving into this masculine sense of leading from a healthy connection to your emotional aspect of your life experience. And it's almost like there with the Fool coming in and the connection with the Ace of Cups, there is again a fresh start in love. And for many of you, this will be romantic. For those of you who are single, there may be an individual who is coming into your life, and it may be actually, this might be the catalyst to kind of pulling out this inner part of yourself that has been waiting to shine at this point. And now it's time to finally kind of speak to that. It's time to kind of wash the slate clean on the past version of yourself and be able to move in with some token, some message to say, yes, I'm ready for this. And this token might not even be to the individual. This token could be to literally you saying to Spirit, I'm ready to bring in the love of my life, or I'm ready to bring in the partner, a soul partner that is ready to come in and add to my life experience. And that could be literally the catalyst that leads you to the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, this is scorpionic energy. For those of you, you may have a Scorpio in your life, that maybe this is what that represents. But this is also death and transformation energy. That's what Scorpio harnesses. So for many of you, this is the transformation. This is you coming out as the new version of yourself. A part of yourself had to die away, not physically, but most likely on an emotional sense. And now you get to kind of come forward as this new, again, an individual ready to move into a loving relationship from a place of strength and maturity. Okay, so let's go ahead here. But for some of you too, for those of you who are dealing with a Scorpio in your life, this could also be, again, some type of connection, some type of message given or a token given to a King of Cups, to a Scorpio. Okay, so let's see here. There's a lot of growth I'm feeling for you, Pisces. A lot of growth that you've gone through. This could be, a period of time. You might have gone through something for the past few years. Kind of this, again, with the Hermit coming in and looking at what you wanted to build for yourself. This could be like this could be that turning point where you've been holding space, and finally now you're ready to declare, it's time. I'm ready for this to come in for me. And it's right on the heels of you really uncovering something beautiful about yourself. All right, so let's see I'm going to pull some additional clarifiers, and then I'll pull some additional oracle cards as well, and we'll dive a little deeper into the message here. So let's see what wants to come out for the Sun. Oh, there's the Ace of Cups again. Beautiful. Yes. What's being illuminated is your cup, your spiritual self. This is a reconnection to your emotional core, it's almost like, again, a renewal of your connection to life through love. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see what else wants to come out here. What else wants to come out? I'm hearing the Beatles song. I can't even think about it now. It's one of their love songs. All you need is love. I'm hearing that very strongly. All right, so we have Two of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Two of Wands is making a choice. Where do I go from here? And this is saying make a choice in love. Choose to follow that emotional connection. Choose to follow your heart. Absolutely beautiful. And for many of you, when the Two of Wands comes up, it speaks to doing something in a different way. And I think for many of you, maybe you had been in a past relationship or in any type of relationship where you had to be vulnerable. There was a sense of having acted in a very different way, maybe in a way that was not as emotionally mature or as emotionally connected. And now you have a chance to really make a decision to choose the cup, choose love, choose to show that authentic part of yourself, the Sun, the inner child. And there's going to be a new, in doing so, again, you're kind of declaring to the universe that it's time. It's time to bring in what you've been holding space for. Be this a romantic partnership, be this the love of your life, be this, again, just a partner in life. This could be a deep, loving friendship or a reconnection to a family member that's going to really fulfill some aspect of your 10 of Cup experience. So for the Prince of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's something here about really speaking to, sharing your truth about your life experience, about what you've gone through, what you've survived. With the Two of Swords, I think for many of you, there's a sense where you might have had one foot in and one foot out because of what you had gone through before. The Queen of Swords can be, it's a card where we understand our own story and when we're able to speak to it to others. You know, when somebody asks, so what's your story? Well, this would be how you would actually share your life experience with another individual. But sometimes where we can get into a place of Two of Swords where we can't quite see a way forward, or we can't quite come to a decision, is because we're basing our decision-making abilities on a jaded perspective of the past based on what we've gone through. So it means that, let's say you have gone through maybe a number of difficult relationships, and you really do want to bring in the love of your life relationship, the one where you do have that equal partnership, and this will be the person you're with for the rest of your life. But yet your story, the truth of what you've gone through, you look at it and say, well, every time I get into a relationship, I get hurt. Or every time I get into a relationship, this happens. And then you get to that point where you start to say, well, all relationships are doomed for me. Or all relationships with this type of person are bad. Or every time I try to, every time I try to commit, this is what happens. And this can be where finally you're admitting to yourself, this is why I haven't wanted to make that. This is why I've had one foot in and one foot out, because of that story. And it's time for me now to maybe change that story. With the Fool coming in, this is kind of like that hard reset. This is like literally pushing that button on your computer that says, you know what, erase everything from before, restart, and let's just do it all again. So it's kind of a beautiful way of really allowing yourself to even see your own story from a different perspective. So with the Four of Cups and the Nine of Swords, there's a fear of going out with this Fool energy, because for many of you, you're afraid that you're going to be disappointed again, or you're afraid that it's not going to connect in the way that you want it. The Four of Cups can be where we are just kind of about our life experience. We're looking at everything and we're like, I'm just not emotionally connected to it. Or for me, this card has been coming up a lot in actually all of the readings I've been doing for this month. So there's a sense here of many of us kind of feeling like we've been the outsider looking in. Like everybody else is celebrating without me, or everybody else has community, or everybody else has those close friendships or close intimate partnerships. But yet, what's the one cup? This individual is sitting with the Three Cups down here, but he's forgetting his own cup up here. That is the Ace of Cups. That's your cup. That's what you bring. It's your soul in a cup, literally. And I think for many of you, you've been kind of emotionally disconnected from that. And maybe because of the fear of it being hurt, that if I bring myself authentically to these situations, these people will hurt me, or this individual will hurt me, or it will just become meaning that this is where we're just kind of dissatisfied or we're bored. And maybe in the past that has happened with when you tried to join a community, or you tried to join a friendship group, or you tried to get into a relationship and it just kind of, the spark petered out, or whatever it is. But there's the Nine of Swords here. There's a sense of intense kind of worry or anxiety around that happening, or anxiety around what you are perceived to be kind of on the outside of. To say, like, if I have this fresh start and I go in a new direction, that might mean that I have to leave groups, friendship groups or community, or a sense of being with other people that I've been with for a long period of time. And that might, be kind of scary. Who am I after that? But there is a sense here of, I think there's some fear around feeling like it's going to be kind of like if you commit to this and you show yourself and you're like, I'm ready for it, that it might end up just being not as fulfilling as you were hoping for. And yet you have everything here that says it's you. It's what you bring. It's your commitment to your soul's experience in this life, and committing that to sharing it openly and vulnerably with others, that ultimately will reconnect you to your life experience. This kind of feeling of emotional disconnection or dissatisfaction is coming because you've been in this place of kind of, I think, internal review, and you're being pushed to kind of come out into the light of day. And yet for many of you, you're kind of holding yourself back, and you won't feel that connection again to life until you actually, again, make that connection to stepping out and committing to what you want to bring in for yourself. And especially what you want to bring in for yourself through the energy of love. So let's see what's going on with this Princess of Pentacles or Page of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's clarity. That's at the aha moment. That is a new truth. And the Page of Swords, which I love, because the Page of Swords is the energy of someone who understands that we can't know everything. We only see through our perspective. And there's a sense with the Page of Swords of being that curious kind of fact-finding child who's like, I'm going to ask why. I'm going to state my truth, but I'm also going to be aware of I don't know everything. So when I state my truth, someone else might have a different perspective or a different context for that truth. And so there's a sense here of getting to a place of curiosity as to where this new awareness of yourself, of love, of connection, this could even be the decision you want to make, where you're making the decision finally to say, okay, I'm committing. But you're curious, you're staying open to saying, okay, if I'm going to maybe share, this would be like going to that individual you've maybe been dating for a bit and you're like, here's the key to my apartment. I'd love it if we would start to kind of move to that next level. And the clarity I've received is how much I've been holding myself back from making this commitment, but I feel that now is the time. And then to sit there and be aware of what the other person will come back and share with you to say, you know, I've been feeling the same way, and I'm so glad you shared this with me, and this is how I would like to move forward. But there's a sense here of being open to how this offer that comes from yourself is received, and you might gain even more additional clarity on what this is. You know, this could be where you sit there and you say, here's the key to my apartment, and in reality you're saying, here's the key to my heart. And that individual says, oh my gosh, you're the love of my life, and will you marry me? You know, and they come back, you don't know. But there's a sense here of making the decision and knowing that that's your truth to share, and seeing where that takes you, putting yourself in that vulnerable place of being curious that maybe it'll actually bring more towards you than even you were expecting. So let's go out here and see now for the King of Cups. What do we need to know for the King of Cups here? Strength. Yeah, it's asking you to have courage. Have courage to follow your heart. Have courage to step into that place of emotional maturity. And maybe you weren't ready, before now for that. And there's a sense here of really, maybe that's what you need to communicate to another individual in your life, that you're ready to take on that responsibility in your life. Or you're ready to if this is an outside person, you could say even this is a strength to allow that individual to come into your life. And we have, I love it, the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. The strength to show yourself. It's also the strength to thrive. The Queen of Wands really speaks to kind of the witch archetype in the tarot for me, the energy of working with the magic of our passions and understanding that we can, no matter where we are, bloom where we are planted, as long as we are willing to come as we are, to come from a place of what we're passionate about, to shine in the light of our own ability to take action towards what we want, no matter where we are. And there's the strength to be this individual. There's the strength to do that, to not only maybe unlock the King of cups within, but there's a sense also of maybe this is the divine partnership that you get to shine in this way and usher in this other individual who will be that emotionally mature partner that you're hoping to bring in. But there's a sense of having to really shine, to shine at your brightest, Pisces. And I know that can be difficult. That can be scary because as we shine, sometimes we shine brighter than another, or we shine differently, and that can really be intimidating to some individuals. But it can also be where we are simply having to be put in a place to say, but this is me. This is my authenticity. And in my opinion, it's never a bad thing when we are showing our inner passions externally in an authentic way. I wish everybody could bloom where they're planted. When you think about that, the whole world would be a beautiful, thriving garden, and we would all be thriving in our own uniqueness. So there's a sense of really owning that for yourself, Pisces, and not allowing that part of yourself to be, I think, pushed down anymore. And then at the bottom, we have King of Wands. Wow. It's Leo energy. You have a lot of Leo energy in this reading. So you could actually have a strong Leo placement in your chart. We are also in Leo season. So this is really in alignment with harnessing the energy of Leo, which is that heart-centered courage. Leo is ruled by the sun, true illumination, but you have the sun, you have strength, you have the King of Wands, all strong Leo cards. The King of Wands is literally the individual who leads from what they're passionate about. They shine. This could be someone who is the fiery business owner, someone, again, who really understands how to use their passions and work with it in the world. And for many of you, this is either you coming back into your own self. I do like that you have a lot of masculine and feminine energy here. There's a very strong eye to balancing this within yourself. You could also be, through your own emotional maturity and your ability to shine as your brightest self, you might be attracting in a partner who is mirroring that for you, who is the perfect complement. They are the king to your queen or the queen to your king. And it's something where both of you lead from that place of passion, but also hold space together for the love that wants to come in. And now I'm hearing the Dave Matthews song, Space Between. There's a sense of really getting into, with the zero coming in here too, that space between the two of you, and how can you really, bring yourselves together. Very interesting reading. It's funny because it's kind of hard for me to almost all the things I'm feeling. It's hard for me to actually express it in a way that I feel makes as much sense as it does. And I'm just kind of like intuitively feeling. Very, very beautiful reading, though. There's a lot of just stepping into the light of day, showing your brightest self. And oh my gosh, you can't make this up. It says a door to personal healing and happiness. I mean, look at that. There's the 10 of Cups, the rainbow, the beautiful heaven. This is like almost like the gates of heaven. This is you walking into your 10 of Cups. Number 34 breaks down to the number 7 in numerology, which really speaks to spirit, our connection to spirit, the confidence that we have in our unique self when we understand that we are each a direct connection to spirit, but a different expression of spirit. So this is a month where you get to cross that threshold for many of you into your 10 of Cups, into, again, when we think of heaven on earth isn't always just, I win the lottery and I get to, do whatever I want. Heaven on earth is where we get to shine as our most authentic self, and we are surrounded by a supportive environment for that. So keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to pull a Power of Surrender card here. We'll see what else wants to come out. I might pull some additional clarifiers, and then I'll pull a final card for your reading. Let's see here. Let's see what Pisces needs to know about where they need to surrender this month. Surrender to success. Wow, this is like one of the most positive readings I think I've ever had. So it says, you are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Yeah, that's the Fool. Leaping into the new, leaping into an exciting new world of possibilities. And what are those possibilities? The gateway to your ultimate fulfillment, and that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pull just a couple clarifiers to the door to personal healing and happiness just to see what wants to come through. It might be more of the same. We might get the Ace of Cups again. But hey. Oh, look, and there you are, Pisces. This is your card. The Knight of Cups. It says lean into your own energy. Be the hopeful romantic. Be the individual that gets to show the world that seeing through rose-colored glasses is the way to actually experience life. That the more we have faith and trust in the goodness and the love that exists out there, the more we bring that actually into our experience. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so it's bringing you out into the world. All right, so I'm going to pull a final card here, and I'll read the excerpt from the book that comes with this deck. So what does Pisces need to know as a final message for this reading? Whoa, that's a little too many here. I'd like to get just one or two, please. Okay, so we have two that came out. So we have, so funny because these are the two cards that came out they came out individually in the previous two readings that I had. So this came out for your opposite sign of Virgo, hold your center. And then Earth Healing came out for your opposite sign, or for, I'm sorry, not opposite, but for the sign of Aquarius. So very interesting that both of these came out for you. So you have Earth Healing, which I love, number 38, which reduces to the master number 11 in numerology. And that is the gateway. This is literally this right here, the gateway between what can be, or what is currently, and what can be for yourself when you have the courage to walk through those doors. And then you have Hold Your Center, which is number 34. There's that number 7 again, the connection to spirit. So there's something here about holding true to yourself, to who you are. And with the Earth Healing, there's something here around, I feel like many of you, there's a healing around a wounded inner child. And you really get the chance now to step out vulnerably into life, but from the place of a healed and healthy inner child. And I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to read the excerpt. I might just read half of each excerpt because these can be kind of long, but we'll see. If I feel compelled to read the whole thing, I will. So for Earth Healing, number 38, it says, you are making a real contribution to the planet through your spiritual journey. Remember this and believe that your needs will be generously met by the earth and the universe. What you are doing matters and you will be supported. The earth recognizes you. She sees you as a conduit through which she is fed higher frequencies of light, love, and divine presence. This assists her on the journey of her own evolution. Earth is an exceptionally beautiful and powerful divine being in her own right. Yet she, like every other being, benefits from the assistance of higher frequencies, which offer a loving hand to help raise her vibration and continue her evolution. You are here to have your spiritual life journey in a human body. Part of that process will involve sharing your light with the earth itself. This may see you take on the role of a healer, guide, mentor, or teacher to others on the path. It may see you doing work with the natural world, with various earth-centered causes such as conservation and animal welfare, organic and biodynamic farming, and ethical food production. It may involve an active prayer life that is ongoing through your day, praying for assistance, compassion, clearing, and blessing when you see an accident on the road, an animal or person who seems to be suffering, or an item on the news that you know needs light and healing. From the most obvious gestures to the more subtle, the oracle tells you that you are powerful enough to make a meaningful contribution to the quality of consciousness upon Earth. Earth asks you to do your work with quiet confidence and dedication. She gives thanks for all you have done and acknowledges her love for you. She will support you in your work by providing she will support you in your work by providing material means for you while you are here on this planet. These include financial support, housing, food, and human and animal relationships. She will also provide guidance for your progress, opportunities to grow and expand your field of influence, education and training opportunities, the means to take advantage of them, and the chance to apply what you have learned in a real-world context. The more you devote yourself to your task of earth healing, the more the earth will support you in fulfilling your inspired goals. And the one thing I have to say around this oracle card is you don't have to be someone who is focused on, let's say, earth conservation. The more you are, and for some of you that may be very much what's coming through here, but there's a sense here of when we, like what I was saying earlier, when we choose to bloom when we're planted and we choose to seed the light of ourself through the love that we have to give and share with others, that light takes hold where we are. And it's almost like, again, we're like a grid system in a certain way. The more we tap into that and the more we plant it and the more we share it with others and we allow it to bloom where we are, imagine the whole world radiating with little beams of light like that from people planting themselves authentically, the light and the love that they have to share. And that in and of itself is very healing because of how that light touches others and allows others to do the same. It's like a domino effect. So keep that in mind. Now I'm going to read Hold Your Center for number 34. It says, have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are to strengthen your own energy, your own boundaries to find your ground. Firmly place your feet there and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and consciousness. And there's definitely a sense of that coming through with the courage and the Queen of Wands here. That is the courage to bloom where you're planted. Plant those roots. Make that commitment to another individual. Make that commitment to yourself to say, I am ready to bring this in. I'm ready to bring in the door to personal healing and happiness. And when I'm presented with that door, I'm ready to walk through it. It says, you are learning to trust in your own instincts, to take your own journey without comparison to the life path of another. There's no need to become disheartened or distracted by comparisons or judgments. The earth needs your light, which can only come from you. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, and valued for whom they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. This can be a hard pattern to break, yet the time is here for you to love and honor yourself as yourself. You are beautiful. You do not need to change for another. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You are being encouraged instead to distill your essence to become even more of you. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means you accept your innate value and worth, your right to exist and thrive, and accept the love that created you as you in order to fulfill your divine destiny. And that is the Ace of Cups. And there is something here, as it was speaking about, being misunderstood as a child, there is something here about healing the inner child, healing that part of yourself that maybe was not accepted. And sometimes that can even be where that part of ourself isn't accepted in our adult age, where we try to open ourselves up vulnerably and show that part of ourself again and again it's wounded. So there's a sense here of really healing that within yourself. This is stating that now is the time to shine brightly. And there's a sense of being able to do that will actually heal that wounding again from the past. And once we heal that part of ourself and we come to that place of saying, but that is the part of ourself that's meant to be expressed. That is my direct connection to spirit. This is how spirit shines through me. This is the illumination that is meant to be seeded into light to help me bloom where I'm planted. That confidence of holding true to yourself, to your innate value, that in and of itself will open that door. That is the key truly to opening the door to personal fulfillment and to love. All right, Pisces, I will leave it there. I hope you all have a wonderful month ahead. It seems like many of you will. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, I do post weekly collective readings and weekly individual readings. I'm just quick 10-minute read for each sign to take a look at the energy for the week ahead. So if you'd like to see those throughout the month, you can subscribe to my channel and see when those are posted. All right, I will see you all next month, Pisces, for your next illumination reading. Bye.